This is I wrote some songs last year, and this was one of them too. This is another one off of my love song album. It's called "Wandering Soulmate."
Dan Bowlds on the Homegrown Radio Hour.
Wafting cottonwood leaves, 1,000 hands a waving, arms swaying, gracefully yield, without breaking. Against the soft clouds, my spirit is waking. Mist, the wind in my face, caress and embrace, a younger time in this place, Oh, sycamore branches, a chalky perch, a wandering soul looking for rest. Well, I know you from ages last. We ran barefoot through the puddles once in the past, playfully soared in this misty breeze, lit atop of these lofty trees, hearts innocent and free. Do you remember me? Your saddened spirit now with me, perched in this sycamore tree, where time skewed as it passed. Our time now together cannot last. Take comfort as you rest, lay your head upon my chest. Draw strength from my weathered bones. No use to me when I'm gone, 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 gone. Carry me with you, carry me with you, carry me with you, and we'll never be alone.
Yeah, Dan Bowlds here on the Homegrown Radio Hour, live on CrescentHillRadio.com. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful music, all original music that Dan does, and the song you just heard was from his latest release, which is a release of all love songs, an EP. And he'll be coming out with a new record here soon called Little Dirt Road. And Dan lives out in the country and kind of in an area where I guess a couple generations or more of your family are from.
The little place called Gatewood was settled in the early 1800s by a fellow named Gatewood. And there's Civil War soldiers buried in a little cemetery up there. My great-grandfather was a blacksmith in that place.
Wow.
Yeah, my granddad was a coal miner there. It's just it's a little country community.
Yeah, people, I think we talked about this briefly the last time you were on, that people don't realize there are coal mines in western
Big
part
time.
of the state.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of coal mining than people are used to thinking about, I think.
Well, actually, they were doing strip mining, a lot of strip mining, and they had the world's largest shovel there for a while, the John Prine song,
Right.
And but there were
drag lines.
Yeah, there are some underground mines there too, still operating there. So.
Yeah, so it's not just an issue in eastern Kentucky.
Right.
And,
they tore up a lot of ground around. They tore up my whole home place there where I lived. It's, they dug it all. All the trees were gone, and they just stripped it down to about 100 feet deep or more to get the coal out, and then they just raked it all back, and there's shale and all kinds of stuff sticking out of the ground.
Yeah, it's traumatic.
Yeah.
I think you and I both read an article about the the psychological effects of mountaintop removal
right.
specifically, but which is so glaringly ugly and horrific. I mean, you know, I have friends that live right by a mountaintop removal site, and I can see the terror that they live with on a daily basis. You know, from everything from figuring out how they're going to get clean water to bathe their kids in, and you know, when the coal mine's saying it's okay to drink the water. And
Yeah.
but anyway, the article was about the fact that there's documented evidence of, you know, post-traumatic stress as a result of folks seeing their mountain homes being kind of ripped apart by this industry. So speaking of coal mining, and it's not to say all coal mining's bad, but I certainly like to think there's better ways of going about it. But regardless, I Love the Mountains Day is coming up here on Valentine's Day in Frankfurt. And it's always a great event. It's a way to celebrate the mountains and show your congressmen and senators and the like that you care about this Commonwealth of Kentucky, and you would prefer to leave our mountains mountains. And you can learn more about that event at the Kentuckians for the Commonwealth website, which is kftc.org. And that will be coming up on Valentine's Day here in February, which is the 14th, I believe. So hope folks can show up for that. Not sure who the speakers are going to be this year, and they may not even have that nailed down yet. But in the past, there's been folks like Wendell Berry there, and a lot of good speakers, a lot of good musicians. Ben Soley and lots of folks have usually show up, and it's a good time, good event. Dan, I've seen that little dirt road. I think I think it's on your Facebook page.
Oh yeah, I've got lots of pictures of my little dirt road in my house and all that as we go along there.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's a beautiful place, and it's got to be inspiring to you. It's reflected in so much of your music. I can, you know, listen to your music and see the place or imagine what it's like. And then when I see your posts on Facebook that kind of underline that, it's really nice.
I might be a romantic dreamer a little bit, you know.
That's
so
okay. The world needs that. We need that.
But yeah, it's real. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. And so yeah. Yeah,
well, you come from a long tradition of balladeers and storytellers, and I think the world would be a sad place without people like you. And we've got 15 minutes left or so, and if you could play a couple more, we'd love to hear them.
All righty. Speaking of coal mines, this one's going to be on my new album. It's called Working in the Coal Mine, and this was inspired by my granddad. That he was working in this coal mine, and it fell in on him one day, and it about killed him. It took him all day to dig out. He was way back about 200 or 300 feet back under the ground, and this coal mine fell in on him, pinned him like from the waist down, and he struggled for a long time to get out, but he finally got out. It took him about 6 hours.
And this is just a little one-man operation,
yeah, it was
right?
a little one-man mine, right?
Yeah.
Now, they do have some big mines out in Seabury, Kentucky, which is just down the way there. And this song's about the Seabury mine, which some people have gotten killed in it before. It's called Working in the Coal Mine.
Dan Bowld on the Homegrown Radio Hour.
Well, I get up in the morning before the sun starts to shine. I'm going down to Seabury. I'm working in the coal mine. Working in the coal mine. Well, my daddy and my granddaddy was a working here before me, working in this coal mine to feed the family. They were working in the coal mine. Well, the roof has been leaking and the walls are crumbling in. Might never see sunshine again, 'cause I'm working in the coal mine. Just trying to make another dime, working in the coal mine. Living on borrowed time, working in the coal mines. Well, I'm working in the coal mine underground, working in the coal mine way down, working in the coal mine. Well, this black dust is a choking, and I can hardly breathe. Mine is dark and damp, and I can barely see. Just working in the coal mine. Well, a miner has to be tough, a miner has to be strong. Miner's life is hard, well, he won't live for long. Just working in the coal mine. Well, the roof has been leaking and the walls are crumbling in. Might never see the sunshine again, 'cause I'm working in the coal mine. Just trying to make another dime, working in the coal mine. Living on borrowed time, working in the coal mines. Now I'm working in the coal mine underground, working in the coal mine way down, working in the coal mine. Then one Sunday morning, about 9:15, ground started shaking and smoke poured out of the mine from deep in the coal mine. 3 miners were trapped in the South Fork of the mine. Air shaft was crushed, was running out of time, deep in the coal mine. Well, the roof had been leaking and the walls came caving in. They'll never see the sunshine again, 'cause they're trapped in the coal mine. Just trying to make another dime, working in the coal mine. Living on borrowed time, working in the coal mine. Now they're buried in the coal mine underground, buried in the coal mine way down, buried in the coal mine.
Nice. Dan Bowld on the Homegrown Radio Hour here on CrescentHillRadio.com. And Dan's going to be performing on Sunday with a bunch of folks for the Kentucky Homefront Benefit Show that's going to be up at 502 Winery. He will be joined there by, of course, John Gage. Shout out to you, John. We love you. Tom Boone and the Back Porch Pickers. Dan Harden Music, Roz Tate Band, Heidi Ho, Leanne Yost, and Jonathan Bramall. So that should be a great time.
Yeah.